Hello my phenomenal viewers and welcome on today's episode. On today's episode, we will be answering this GCE 2025 question 512. The question reads, averagely a restaurant receives 4 customers every 30 minutes. Assuming that the number of customers who visit the restaurant follows a Poisson distribution, 5 to 4 decimal places, the probability that C, 2 customers will visit the restaurant in 30 minutes, D, at most 3 customers will visit the restaurant in 1 hour. So as the question has made mention, it is concerning a Poisson distribution, which is the number of customers who visit a given restaurant follows a Poisson distribution. Now, what is a Poisson distribution? A Poisson distribution is simply a technique that is used in determining the probability of the number of times that an event can occur within a given time interval. So a Poisson distribution is also a discrete distribution, meaning that S can only take whole numbers or integers. And the mean of a Poisson distribution is constant for every given interval, no matter the number of times that the event occurs within that interval. So in this case, the question has said that averagely 4 customers are received in that restaurant in every 30 minutes. So it shows that this 4 is the mean, and this mean is constant for every 30 minutes. No matter the number of customers that visit that restaurant, the mean is 4. So the C part of the question has asked us to calculate the probability that 2 customers will visit the restaurant in 30 minutes. So once the interval changes, then the mean changes, and the mean changes in the same way that the interval has changed. So since the mean given to us in the question is for 30 minutes, and the C part of the question has asked us to determine the probability of 2 customers entering that restaurant in 30 minutes, it shows that we are going to maintain the mean that the question has given us. So it shows that X follows a Poisson distribution of lambda, where lambda is equal to 4 in 30 minutes. So X follows a Poisson distribution of lambda. Lambda here is the mean or the average of that distribution. Now, the probability of X is equal to X when X follows a Poisson distribution is calculated using this formula: lambda raised to the X times E raised to the negative lambda divided by X factorial. So for you to determine the probability of X is equals to X, you just use this formula, which is lambda here, which is the average of the mean, raised to the power X times E. E here is a number, then raised to the negative lambda, which is the mean, then divided by X factorial. So the C part has asked us to determine the probability that 2 customers will visit this restaurant in 30 minutes. So this is simply the probability of X is equal to 2, the number of customers, which is 2 in this case, is equal to our lambda, which is what? 4, raised to X, which is 2, times E raised to the negative lambda, which is negative 4, divided by X factorial, which is 2 factorial. So you just need to simplify this to obtain the probability of X is equals to 2. And in this case, it is 0.1465. 0.1465 to 4 decimal places, like the question said. So this is the probability that in 30 minutes 2 customers will visit the restaurant. Now, if the C part of this question has been understood, let us move to the D part of the question that has asked us to determine the probability that at most 3 customers will visit the restaurant in 1 hour. So take note of the time interval that is given to you. In this case, it is 1 hour. So it shows that the time interval has changed, and it has changed by us multiplying 30 minutes by 2. When we multiply 30 minutes by 2, we are going to have 60 minutes, which is equivalent to 1 hour. So since the interval has changed, it shows that the average or the mean must also change in the same way that the interval has changed. So in this case, it shows that X follows a Poisson distribution of lambda, where lambda in this case is equal to 2 times 4. Since the time interval has been multiplied by 2, we need to multiply the mean by 2 as well, which is equal to what? 8. So lambda in this case is equal to 8. Lambda is equal to 8. Now, at most in mathematics simply means that lesser than or equal to 3. So the probability of x is lesser than or equal to 3 is equal to, so we say at most 3 customers will visit the restaurant. It shows that it is either 3 customers will visit that restaurant, or 2 customers will visit that restaurant, or 1 customer will visit that restaurant, or no customer will visit that restaurant at all in 1 hour. So this is probability of x is equal to 0 plus probability of x is equal to 1 plus probability of x is equal to 2 plus probability of x is equal to 3. So we need to sum all of these different probabilities, and that will give us the probability of x is lesser than or equal to 3. So probability of x is equal to 0, we use the same formula, which is our lambda in this case is 8 raised to the power 0 times e raised to the negative 8 divided by 0 factorial plus p of x is equal to 1 is 8 raised to the power 1 times a raised to the negative 8 divided by 1 factorial plus, remember I'm using this formula, you just need to substitute the values of x and lambda. P of x is equal to 2 in this case is 8 raised to the 2 times e raised to the negative 8 divided by 2 factorial plus p of x is equal to 3 is 8 raised to the 3 times e raised to the negative 8 divided by 3 factorial. So you just need to punch this on your calculator, and when you punch correctly, you are going to end up having 0.0424 to 4 decimal places, as the question has said. So probability of x is lesser than or equal to 3 is equal to 0.0424. So this is how you tackle questions under Poisson distribution. You have to take note of this formula, and also you have to take note of the time interval. Once the time interval has changed, make sure that the mean changes in the same manner that the time interval has changed. So if you loved this video, please help me and share so that you can get to many students as possible. And if this is your first time coming across any of my videos, please do not hesitate to either subscribe or follow me, so that whenever I upload videos like this one, you would be notified. And thank you for watching. Stay blessed.